HealthTech is a niche platform building a network for women across the board, specifically those working in STEAM, traditionally expanded to be science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. We have gone for a slightly skewed arrangement of the acronym, tagging ourselves as a repository of women in teams. We envision ourselves as co-opting an outreach, or let's say an arm that tackles, trains, connects, grows, and contributes in some small way to the efforts to enhance skills for women in different areas of work. This applies to women in Pakistan and the Pakistani diaspora wherever possible around the world.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. To our second session of She Swari Live Sprints. Mera naam Bimsal Iqbal hai, and I am your host for today. Last week, we introduced you to Umama Hanafi, and we spoke to her and asked her about her story in the field of accounting and how she faced whatever challenges she faced in her journey. Today we have another exciting woman with us, a female hero with us, and we're going to be talking to her very soon about her story. We also last week introduced you to our co-founders, Sayyida Mehak and Aqsa Tariq, and unhone aapko bataya tha about our motivation, inspiration behind LTech and why we started it and what we plan to do in the future, inshallah. So just to bring that up again and tell you a little more about us, हम एक प्लेटफॉर्म है जहाँ हम कोशिश कर रहे हैं to bring women together to build, connect, grow, empower, train, and give women the opportunity to come together in teams, because again, we work with women in teams, which is technology, engineering, art, mathematics, science. We can come up with variations of the same acronyms as well. So the idea is to bring all of these women together and to empower them and, give them a new definition of female heroes in Pakistan. Because देखिए challenges सबकी ज़िंदगी में होते हैं, struggles सबकी ज़िंदगी में होती हैं, and we wanted कि हम कुछ इस तरह का platform बनाएं जहाँ women become more approachable, more relatable, and जहाँ पर we can ask questions and learn from one another. So the idea was to bring extraordinary women from our very ordinary lives and bring them to you. And this is the same reason हमने ये She Swari live sprint start किया है. एक छोटी सी effort है to make to bring women and to talk to them. And also we felt कि देखें motivation जो है वो लोग कहते हैं कि हाँ मेहनत करनी है, you need to be motivated, but it is only the true motivation truly comes when we listen to women and we listen to people talk about their stories, their struggles, their challenges from their own mouths. That is where, where you really get moved. If she can do it, why can't I? So this is a small effort that we are trying to do to bring women from different fields of life, from in particularly in team, and bring them to you so you can talk to them, listen to them, and inshallah even reach out to them in the future. We also have the LTech website, jiski link hamare group par hai. Do check it out. We're trying to build very good, relatable content for you, bring for you things that are accessible. We're going to be doing consultations. We're going to be doing trainings in the future, and we will keep you updated on all our social media platforms as well as the website. Stay tuned to our group. There's a lot of exciting things that we have planned, and week by week, inshallah, I'm going to be bringing these sessions along with other sessions that we have planned in the future. So without delay, I want to introduce today's speaker to you. Her name is Swaliha Arshad, and she is one of the few women who are working in a very challenging department, which is the electrical maintenance department at K Electric. So, Assalamu alaikum, Swaliha. How are you doing?
Walaikum assalam. I'm good. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good myself. And Swaliha, delay ke baghair, let's get right down to the questions. Can you please tell us a little about your educational background and your career and how you ended up at K Electric?
Okay, I graduated back in December 2016 from NED University as an electrical engineer. And after that, I joined PNG Pakistan as an intern for the 2-month internship program, where I learned phenomenally for my professional endeavors. And I still use that learning over my endeavors now. And then I joined K Electric in July 2017 as a trainee engineer. And after a year, I got promoted to the position of an assistant manager in the grid system maintenance department, transmission. And I'm serving the role since then over here.
That is amazing, Swaliha. Would you like to tell us a little about some challenges or hurdles that you faced during your education or when you chose your career path? और क्या किसी ने आपको support किया, encourage किया या discourage किया?
Okay, so it all starts from choosing the career itself and when you are in school or in college. So my father wanted me to become a doctor because presumably doctors and this field is favorable for females, but I chose another route. Kind of disappointed him initially, but I am hopeful that now he's proud of me. But back then he was I said I want to pursue computer engineering instead, computer science, sorry, instead, back in metric. So against the odds, I was the highest achiever in computer science from AKUEB. And then when it came actually to choose an engineering discipline for myself, I decided that I have interest in mechanical or electrical engineering. So for mechanical engineering, it was a straight no from my father's side. He was quite outrageous when he heard that I wanted to become a mechanical engineer. And my siblings still pull my leg over the comment that he just spoke out after hearing after the disclosure that I gave him, that कैसे काम करोगी, क्या बोलोगी, छोटू पाना ला, and the actual reality of the field. So they still mock me for this. So I kind of negotiated, and he agreed to allow me to pursue electrical engineering, but still he had this question that he wanted me to pursue computer engineering instead, because it's a relatively, I'm not saying it's easy, but it's more of a desk job, and you can work from home, and there are other possibilities. But being an electrical engineer, that does not give you that kind of edge. So, but I had other plans and I did not comply to it. So I convinced him, saying that electrical engineering is the mother field and the rest are daughter field. So I can switch if I feel like switching my career. So he agreed to that. But I, believe me, every word of his resonates in my mind when I'm there on the field working and dirtying my hands, because let's be honest, you have to dirty your hands. You cannot achieve greatness without dirtying your hands or being in the show, the actual show. So he used to ask me back then that कैसे करोगी काम ना हाथों से, और इतना मुश्किल घुसोगी कैसे चीजों के अंदर. So I used to be like, I'm an engineer, I'll become an engineer, so I would not have to do that laborious kind of work. The workers would be doing that. I'll be guiding them, I'll be telling them what to do. But I'll be honest, when you are on the field and you want to know what's the actual scenario, or you want to do something, you have to get your hands dirty. So I miss my father a lot when I'm working. But I am so amazed by the fact that my father, who questioned me thoroughly before choosing a career, he's the same man who questioned me, and now he supports me the most. The moment I dipped my toes in the field, he was the first and the biggest supporter of my decision, and he used to take me to places like, I have to go over here for internship, यहाँ जाना है, ये session लेना है, वो करना है. He always provided me with the facility, pick and drop करना है. He stayed there. You won't believe me. He even took me to remote power plants with him and traveled in his
Wow.
journey. So I can pursue what I want to pursue. And he keeps me going on. He does not let the fire extinguish in me. He says that, and I say कि मैं थक गई हूँ और बहुत थकान हो गई, because obviously it's a very demanding and tiring job at the end of the day. So he says कि अभी कोई उम्र तो नहीं है थकने की, मेरी उम्र में आके कहना कि थक गई हो, अभी काम करो और अपना नाम बनाओ और इज्जत बनाओ, अपनी काम की ही इज्जत है इस दुनिया में. And secondly, the most important person now in my life, the most important man, I should say, is my husband. Because without his support, this is truly impossible. Because being married and having other responsibilities, I could not even fathom that how would I do it. It was a wild concept for me that शादी हो जाएगी तो फिर काम कैसे. But my husband, he believes in dividing the chores. He believes in facilitating. He believes in lessening the burden and being more of a companion and partner to go with this. And he says that, if I want you to pursue your dreams, because you are also a human being and you deserve to do what you feel like doing, right? And your gender should not stop that from you from doing that. So that's why I have amazing support. There were challenges, there were hurdles. Even I had certain kind of existential crisis in the way, but I had amazing people giving me, bombarding positivity to me, and letting me go on.
That is so true. And Swala, support is so important. Even I can vouch for it कि अगर आपके घर में आपके घर वालों से support ना मिले तो you can really get discouraged and you can really back down on your aims and whatever it is that you want to do. Bringing forward this conversation जो आपने father और husband की बता रही हैं, I know that you recently had a baby, that too during COVID. So tell us about your work-life balance after the baby and even after the marriage, because like you're saying, okay, things changed even after your marriage. So tell us a little about your work-life balance.
So birthing during COVID was a challenge in itself. The whole world has plunged into a difficult time. But work-life balance is still a very crazy concept, to be very honest, because a lot of time and a lot of effort is, put in figuring out stuff and, handling and sorting and managing. Because initial years, whether they're career years or your marriage years or the childbirth years, they're potentially difficult because you don't know. It's a relatively new role for you. So in this time, of course, the credit goes to my husband. He supported me a lot. There used to be times when I was at the verge of quitting, and I was like, I can't do this. I'm sorry. Shoaib, bas khatam. Ab nahi ho sakega mujhse. And he used to be like, okay, let's sit down and chalk down and carve down the possible opportunities or possibilities that we can, negotiate and become in terms to. So he did not let me quit, and he used to say that it's not compulsory for you to do a job for earning. That's my responsibility. I'm the breadwinner. But you quitting your dream or your job just for the fact that we could not manage things well or we could not craft things well, and when we could do that, then that would be injustice to your whole personality or the potential that you possess. So this kept me going, and my mother, definitely my mom, who keeps my child, who supports me every now and then with the positivity, with the moral support that I need, with the physical support that I need. She keeps my child. If I'm tired or I have a very tight deadline or I'm just plainly I want to rest. So her support is very important. And I would say that the journey is not easy. The moment I said yes to my husband, my life changed completely because of the additional responsibilities and what I'm expected of. But getting married also brings another person whom you can share those additional responsibilities with. So that's what has changed my perspective as well after marriage, that you have another person who can help you out, right? And I would say that we have to be compassionate to ourselves. I have been in this kind of self-loathing that I cannot do something, or I have to be a perfectionist to achieve something, or I am a Wonder Woman, I can do everything by my own. Then this is not true. Let's be honest, nobody is a Wonder Woman. There's no such thing as a Wonder Woman. It's okay to accept that it's not okay. So it's okay, let it go. And if you have people around you who acknowledge your limitations without being judgmental, then there is nothing as blissful as this kind of blessing.
That's so true. And Abhi, like even when before we went live, both of us were discussing about how are the real
Yes.
superheroes, because it's really support from them that makes us what we. And जो आप बात कह रही हैं, it's really important to accept that it's okay to not be okay sometimes. It's really important and something that we all need to realize and keep telling ourselves. So Swalya, you call yourself a STEMinist. Can you tell us a little more about this term and what's your inspiration behind calling yourself a STEMinist?
Okay, so this one is really from the heart. So I'll be honest, this is inspired from the term feminist, which means that being a believer of equal opportunities and rights for both the sexes. So the word feminist stems from this word, that being a believer of women having equal opportunities to play in this field, in the field of STEM, which and pursue STEM careers, which is science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and medicine. So I personally believe that, and this inspiration has come from within, from self experience. As a female and as an engineer in this exclusive field, I felt that a lot of times our voices are not heard or not amplified as they should have been, or our male counterparts can easily slide through certain things, and we have to exert twice as effort as they have exerted to show that we're capable enough to lead. So this was something that from inside, a rage, or maybe some you feel the need of filling this thing. So I believe that I want to create that space for young women coming in who want to pursue their career in STEM, that they do not go through the same hurdles that I went through as being the first person. I would not say that people are malicious or they do not want you to grow, especially the males in our society, but I would say that there is certain kind of mental conditioning, the cultural and social conditioning that makes them act in a certain way unintentionally sometimes. Because I have had amazing co-workers, amazing mentors who are males, and they believe in my potential and they drove me and they let me do things that I even certain times I doubted myself that I might not be able to do them well, but they pushed me. So I feel that we need to set that stage and set that momentum. So once that momentum is set, then everybody can excel equally and brilliantly. So this is the whole idea of being a STEMinist. I'm an advocate of women who want to pursue their career in STEM, that they should pursue it. And even if they have a slightest sparkle in their eyes and they want help, then I have pledged to myself that I'll support them. And I'm like one text away. I make sure if any junior of mine or any co-worker of mine texts me, I reply them and give them the support they might need, or they can, sometimes people just need a ear to hear. That's it. So being a feminist, I want to see women grow. It's a dream to see women grow. With them.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and it's really important to kabhi kabhar se, you need somebody to talk things out with, and it's really important to be there for such people because in their talking things out, they are understanding their own beliefs and what they want to do as well. So thank you so much for defining that STEMinist term. I was really excited about hearing that from you. So agar there are young girls who want to pursue the same career as you, आपका उनके लिए क्या एडवाइस होगी और क्या मैसेज होगा how they can take the same career path as you, and also a little, if you could tell a little about the work that you do day to day so that they can understand what you are doing on the job.
Okay, so altogether, this is a huge topic, and I cannot encapsulate it in this small conversation of ours. But I would like to put it in a nutshell as that women who want to pursue exclusively difficult careers, consider yourself as a racehorse which has a blinders over its eyes, right? And it is unable to see the left or the right, and it is only focused to reach the goal, and it does not rest, and it gallops every hurdle coming its way. So be like that racehorse, that you do not, with blinders, okay, that you do not see what other people are saying to you, or they're discouraging you, or whatever they are belittling you. Sometimes we ourselves, we underestimate ourselves. So do not let that come in. Do not let that seep in. I'm not saying that it would be easy or you won't get negative comments. Even men in the field get negative comments. I'm not saying that. But if any negative comment, comes to your ears, do not let it penetrate in. Let it bounce back and perish it. So this is what I've learned myself. And one more thing, that if you feel that things are not working for you, or it's a little difficult to manage things, then it's okay. Take a break, rest a little, craft out things, prioritize your things, look how things are working according to your circumstances. If you're unable to achieve greatness at 25, 26, 30, that does not mean you're a failure. You are equally good. You have the potential. Always believe your potential and go. It's okay to take rest. It's okay to realize that we have limitations as human beings. So, but do not let the fire extinguish. And honestly, I connect to people. Connectivity is the key. I am a staunch believer of the narrative that mentors need mentors, and I have no hesitation while pinging people up if I'm going through a difficult time. So the message would be that connect to women with the similar interest or similar things they have in their life. So that would help you out. And about my day-to-day work, so my day-to-day work is, I won't say that it's completely on the field like 365 days, but it's like certain days it's very rigorous on the field. Like if I could quote a recent project of mine that I was working on, and it was a very robust kind of project because it is like once in 30 years project, and we had an expert from abroad. So it was like working from 8 in the morning, because we have to prepare beforehand, till 8 in the night, and we have to prepare after for the next day as well. So it was completely on field, and getting your hands dirty and looking at the drawings and the electrical connections and what are the possibilities of the system and how the system can run smoothly, because we have the vision of providing uninterrupted power supply to the world and to the city and then to the world. That's the bigger perspective of it, to make the world a better place to live in, right? So my day-to-day work is sometimes being on the field and completely being on the field, and sometimes being at the back end and doing research and working at how to make things better. So it's a mix of both, but moreover it's on the field and that kind of demand that they expect. Troubleshoot faults and maintain and things like that. If that's making a little sense to people who are related to it.
Yeah. No, for layman like me, no, I am understanding, and I do understand it's a very challenging job, because being from Karachi, I also know, okay, how much of a burden electric itself has in terms of expectations of people, and yeah, definitely you do get your hands dirty. Coming back to the message for the young girls, agar koi, like Swalia said, this can turn into a really long conversation if she goes into telling everyone exactly what all they need to come to the career path that she's taken. So I'm going to be sharing Swalia's LinkedIn profile in the comments along with this video. So if any of you want to reach out, you may reach out directly to her. She has very nicely and generously agreed to help out any women from this particular group if they want any career guidance, if they want any even educational, agar kya path choose karna hai, to be happy to take your questions. So Swalia, I would just like to see if there if there are any questions, and then I would like, before we bring this conversation to an end, I would like you to give a message for LTech and our community to everybody who's listening.
So I would say that you guys are doing great job. I had been thinking about this since long, that this is something needed in our society, and particularly women. They need to know other women, and women were approachable, because as you said in the beginning, that we are hesitant to ask for help, or sometimes we think that, oh God, I can do it all by myself and I don't need anyone's help, or asking help is for the weak. No, it's not for the weak. You are strong enough to ask for help. So I am amazed. I'm really happy to see that you guys have realized this thing, that this gap in the society, and trying to bridge this gap. And I really like the fact that you have inculcated arts in your acronym, because I had been thinking what could have been the possible right word for it. And when I saw teams, and I was like, oh wow, somebody said this. It's so great. Somebody has talked about arts as well, because I'm a strong believer of acknowledging and respecting all fields, because they're equally difficult and equally challenging in their own aspect. So great job. I truly believe if you work with this mission and continue working with the same zeal, inshallah we'll have a very positive change in our society altogether. I know it's a small effort, but a drop makes an ocean, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. वही बूंद बूंद समंदर वाली बात है. Thank you so much, Swalia, for taking out time. I know you have a very, you have a small baby, and it's this weekend, but you still still took out time for us. So thank you so much. For everybody who's listening and who has been listening and watching other series as well, other sessions as well, we're going to be back next week with another session with another amazing superhero woman who we're going to be talking to next week, inshallah. And if you have any questions regarding the field of work that Swaliha is in, you can reach out, like I said earlier, directly to her or through our group. And also keep a check on this website, on this group. We're going to be putting up updates about our website and the work that we're doing in the future. And inshallah, koshish yahi hai ki we bring women who are approachable, relatable, who are facing similar challenges to what we are facing. And like Swalia said, that सवाल पूछने से या approach करने से कोई छोटा नहीं हो जाता. So it's also always good to be on the learning path, and like she said, even mentors need mentors. So I really liked what you said, Swalia. Inshallah, I'm taking a lot from this conversation that we had today. So I'm sure those who will benefit karenge. Thank you so much for being with us today, and inshallah we'll be in touch with you regarding more things soon. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hafiz.